tipped that one in, but Anna Stradov was right there. Didn't really see who will get credit for that one, but both of them involved right next to the puck on that play.
You have a tough time right now tracking the puck after the initial stop.
ECU defense doing their best to protect Emmett. O'Rourke has that one. Parker Sarek.
Was highlighted by Melissa Evans in her 12 leading kills throughout the match. Evans now has reached double-digit kills in 13 of her 14 matches played this season, including 11 straight. Up next, the Pack will host UNC Chapel Hill Wednesday night at 7 p.m. And that's all I have for you guys today. Thanks for tuning in to In Case You Missed It. I'm your host, Leah Bruce, and we'll see you back here next week.
I'm Savannah Russell, and welcome back to the weekly review on PackTV, where we highlight the top 5 news stories in NC State sports. Starting with number 5. The NC State men's golf team finishes in 7th place in the Maui Jim Intercollegiate this weekend in Arizona. The Wolfpack improving to that 7th spot in the final day of play and shooting 6 under par as a team. And number 4. With victories over Boston College and the College of Charleston, the men's soccer team continues to improve their record as they are now 4-2-1. Then number 3. The women's soccer team has improved their record to 5-3-1. The women went to number 8 Duke this weekend, ultimately resulting in a tie with the Blue Devils after a hard-fought double overtime. Number 2. The NC State women's cross-country team kicked off their season in a dominant fashion, winning the Adidas Cross Country Challenge. Senior Ellie Hines led the pack to the victory, and 11 of the top 12 finishes were members of the Wolfpack. The men's cross-country team took 2nd overall and had 5 top 20 finishes. Finally, number 1. The NC State football team defeats Ball State under the lights in the Wolfpack's blackout game. The Wolfpack came away with a 34-23 win. The Wolfpack look ahead to this weekend when they will travel to Tallahassee to play Florida State. This will be NC State's first ACC conference game for the season. And our PackTV Player of the Week is Tazara King. The senior women's soccer player has been dominating the field and the ACC so far this season. This last week alone, she had 3 goals and 3 assists. And against ECU, she had 2 goals and 3 assists, totaling in 7 points for the night. That is all for this edition of the Weekly Review. I'm Savannah Russell from PackTV, bringing you Into the Pack.
Welcome to Hillsborough Street for the 2019 Homecoming Parade. I'm your host, Jasmine McCoy, alongside co-hosts Jalen and reporters Ashley and Alicia Bell. First on our list is with Chris. He has an exclusive interview with Connor Smith from the Alumni Association. And for the meantime, this is the first parade in a couple years. Recently, in the past, we had a rain out, I believe, and another just got canceled. So this will be really big for the Wolfpack Nation. I'm going to pass it to Chris with this exclusive interview.
Hey guys, I'm here with Connor Smith, the Director of Student and Young Alumni Programs for the NC State Alumni Association. You play a big role in setting up the entire homecoming week and specifically the parade as well, which we're covering, of course, tonight. So tell me a little bit about your role. I know you're kind of in an advisory role, and the students do a lot of it, but what do you do with the students to get ready?
Yeah, absolutely. So like you kind of mentioned, the students plan an entire week of events here at NC State, our student alumni ambassadors, just to kind of get folks in the spirit for Red and White Week, homecoming week here at NC State. And so we have a number of different service events, kind of entertainment events. We do Where I Get Fed Every Day, which is an event that feeds up to 1,000 students on campus. So shout out and thank you to all of our sponsors throughout the week for that. But primarily kind of leading up to the big football game on Saturday, we have the parade this evening just to really kick us off down Hillsborough Street. A number of different student groups here on campus will be participating, as well as local community vendors and merchants as well. So really excited to be out there and just representing NC State to the local Raleigh community. So.
Well, and certainly we've been interacting with you and working with you guys a lot this week, coordinating everything. What all goes into that coordination? Because it's not a small event this weekend.
It's not, no, actually. And so what I'm going to do really quick is, I believe Anna Scott, our student director for homecoming here at NC State, is actually with us as well. So Anna Scott, you want to join us for just a sec and share a little bit kind of your planning, everything that went into the week?
Yeah, so we have a homecoming committee, which is a group of students that are each assigned chair roles. So it kind of divides the large and daunting task into smaller tasks, allowing us to really work together as a team. And we partner with organizations on Hillsborough Street. We partner with other groups on campus, all with the main goal of encouraging NC State pride throughout the week and accomplishing this great Red and White Week.
Yeah. And it's all about school pride and bringing the community together and the alumni and the current students together. So what kind of events, of course, outside of this homecoming parade, do you guys set up to be able to do that?
I'm trying to think of which ones.
Yeah, so a lot of our different service projects and initiatives, I would say we do a Hillsborough Street cleanup, so that encourages students and student organizations to get out in the community and just kind of clean up different parts of Hillsborough Street and to kind of just thank them for all that they do in the community. We also did a canned food drive called Pack the Pantry, where we raised just over 9,000 pounds of food for our on-campus food pantry, Feed the Pack, which is awesome. So I'm really proud of y'all and the students for everything they've done for that as well. So.
And it's certainly just an exciting week. I remember being in school and just there were things every day to do. There were always things like today, wear red, get fed, of course. So what are your favorite events specifically about homecoming week?
Yeah, I'm going to turn it over to you.
I'll start with this because we actually had one of my favorite events last night right here on Stafford Commons. We started out with a pep rally at 6:30, followed by our NC Sync lip sync battle, which is where all the group spirit organizations plan and compete. So they dance, they sing on stage with this choreographed routine that they have prepared really hard on. And so it's really fun to kind of step back at that point and see the crowd and see everyone having fun and be able to say that we had a small part in what was happening.
Yeah. And Anna Scott's pretty humble. I would say they have a huge part in the entire week of homecoming. So absolutely. And I was trying to think of my favorite event. I would say maybe we have an event called How Quick Can You Brick? So that's all about completing traditions. And so it's kind of a tradition scavenger hunt. It lasts an hour for teams competing in the group spirit competition, where they go and complete in an hour as many traditions, NC State official traditions, as possible, with the hopes of kind of bringing home at the end of the week the Spirit Cup trophy, or the bell, I should say, the Stafford Bell, at halftime will be presented on the field at the football game. So.
And certainly we're getting ready for the parade right now. Can you tell us a little bit about what we're going to see in the parade today?
Yeah, so we're going to have groups, like I said, students, student groups, local groups alike. We're going to have floats from our teams competing in the spirit competition, kind of like I mentioned. So we'll have a variety of groups, a variety of vendors, and some VIPs, some campus VIPs as well. So really looking forward to that. Yeah.
All right, well, thank you guys. Appreciate you taking some time to talk to us and giving us a little bit more background about everything going on in homecoming week. We had Connor Smith, Anna Scott from the NC State Alumni Association. We'll throw it back to you guys on Hillsborough Street.
Locally owned and operated by an NC State graduate, the Red and White Shop is your one-stop shop for all things Wolfpack. Located in the Ridgewood Shopping Center off of Wade Avenue, the Red and White Shop recently expanded from 2,400 to 5,400 square feet. Whether you're in need of tailgating essentials, decals and magnets, home goods, apparel for people of all ages, or sporting goods, the Red and White Shop has it all. Stop by today for your NC State needs.
Hi there. You might wonder what a famous Hollywood celebrity like me is doing reading in the dark. Is this some new sort of Hollywood method acting? No, this is quite real.
Did you know that Americans use about 4 times as much energy per year as the global average? We waste energy left and right despite the fact that the dirty fossil fuels we use to power our energy sources wreak havoc on the natural world and destroys valuable wildlife habitats.
By reading with my solar-powered night vision goggles, I'm saving energy and looking sleek.
You don't have to sit in the dark like Ed Begley Jr. to save the world. Fight climate change by speaking up for cleaner, smarter energy, including rooftop solar.
Oh, that's way better. Oh.
Do your part and find out other world-saving tips at betterthaned.org.
Yes, thank you, Chris, for that wonderful interview. Now, to get back to where the action really begins, the homecoming matchup against Clemson tomorrow. Our NC State football takes on Clemson right here at home, Carter Finley Stadium. Night game's going to be cold, 7:30 kickoff. Now, this season isn't going as planned. Now, there's been tons of injuries, and it's a very young team. What can we say about this 2019 football team?
Right, so for the Wolfpack, going into the year, the team thought 7 or 8 wins would be the expectation. Now the team has to fight for bowl eligibility. 4 wins and not really confident about getting a win tomorrow against Clemson. The team's had a lot of injuries, specifically on the offensive line, the running back group, for the cornerbacks, and that really makes it tough. And it makes it tough on especially starting quarterback Devin Leary, who's a freshman. Right, he's one of those freshman players that is having to contribute because the guys in front of him either aren't healthy or aren't good enough to play. And that's a problem for the Wolfpack. You can read a lot more about our coverage of tomorrow's matchup at technicianonline.com. But the big thing is Clemson's a great team, and despite a history of close games, it's not for certain that NC State will be able to keep up tomorrow.
And what are some key things that we should see from NC State if they want to win this game?
Right, so the big thing will have to be turnovers. NC State will have to be lucky to beat this team. Clemson's one of the best teams in the country. They're going to come into this game, ranked number 5 in the country out of the playoff, and they're going to want to make a statement about how good they are. So NC State's going to need turnovers, they're going to need luck, and they're going to need to get big plays on the offensive end.
All right, well, we'll be right back after this quick little break.
At Potbelly, everything you find is a little bit happier, sweeter, fresher, groovier, and yummier. Why? Because at Potbelly, we know it's never enough to just eat lunch. You gotta feed your smile. Swing by for our new turkey club, handcrafted to make you smile.
We purchased the land about 3 years ago, and there was an old farmstead on there with trees. We were going to clear the land so we could farm through it. We thought we knew where the pipe was and it wouldn't be a problem, so we didn't call to get it located. The work on our property led to the damage of a light crude pipeline. Fortunately, no one was hurt, but it could have been much worse. Calling 811 and clicking before you dig are free services. It only takes minutes and can save your life.
Locally owned and operated by an NC State graduate, the Red and White Shop is your one-stop shop for all things Wolfpack. Located in the Ridgewood Shopping Center off of Wade Avenue, the Red and White Shop recently expanded from 2,400 to 5,400 square feet. Whether you're in need of tailgating essentials, decals and magnets, home goods, apparel for people of all ages, or sporting goods, the Red and White Shop has it all. Stop by today for your NC State needs.
This university is on a march to achieve our full potential.
We help empower each other to dream big and do big.
That's why I really love our slogan, Think and Do. When you get these folks from NC State, they don't mind rolling up their sleeves and getting their hands dirty.
Companies want to hire NC State students.
We make something impossible possible.
We've been equipped to go out there and do great things and to change the world.
It's in the DNA of the place. We're here to think and do the extraordinary.
Taking a look at the homecoming weather, it's been cold, as you know, and there are some freeze warnings to our south and east. The high temperature for today was actually earlier this morning, and it's been colder as the day has gone on. You could feel it out there. And then tonight for the lacrosse game against North Carolina, 6 o'clock start time, should be around 39 degrees. By the end of the game, 36. For the parade, 39 for the degrees at the start, and by the end, 37. Nothing on the radar right now. That's good. The winds should be diminishing tonight too. It's gonna be clear, cold, low down to 29. Then for tomorrow, mostly sunny, high of 51, and it shouldn't be too breezy at all, so that's great. And then as we look down toward kickoff, 7:30 for the game against Clemson, mostly clear, 39, the low of 33. Enjoy the parade and enjoy all of the games.
And welcome back to Hillsborough Street with PackTV and Technician providing video coverage of the 2019 Homecoming Parade. Now crowds are starting to form along the sidewalks, waiting for this parade to start 6 p.m. Alicia, what are you most looking forward to about this parade?
I'm just looking forward through all the people just walking through. NC State has a really big fan base, so everybody's just waiting here and just can't wait for, you know, the band to play our songs. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't wait. I can't wait.
No, it's very exciting. And like we mentioned earlier, previously the parade actually wasn't able to go on. I remember one year rain and weather canceled that. I don't know what happened last year, so it's really nice to finally have something going, getting the community, alumni, faculty and staff and students involved here tonight. I'm really excited to see some of the great sorority and fraternities come out and show themselves and what they're showing off along these floats here coming up. What about you guys?
We're going to see their school pride for once. Yeah.
School pride?
Yes, because it's Red and White Week. And I hope you participated in Red and White Week because it was a lot going on. And I just can't wait to see, you know, the music flow and everybody just enjoying with their families, their friends, and just coming out and supporting the Wolfpack because tomorrow's game is just going to be great.
Game day. It's really exciting.
Yeah, are you excited? Right. It is also NC State's biggest annual celebration, so come check it out.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, tomorrow it might be cold. You know, it's definitely cold right now. I don't know if you see our gloves and our attire here, but you know, 7:30 kickoff game. It's a night game. We know how our crowd gets that night. Gets really excited.
I love it.
I heard some tailgating is starting at 3:30. 3:30. You know, kickoff isn't until 7:30, so
that's a long time.
Very long time. Very long time to eat. I hope they have tons of Bojangles. This isn't an ad, by the way, but you know, tons of Bojangles.
What about Popeyes? What about Popeyes?
The chicken sandwich.
I
actually tried that Popeyes chicken sandwich, and mine was cold, but it was so good. So
I had one the other night, and it was very good.
It was very, very good. So Up next, we do have a rugby preview. You know, our rugby team has been doing very, very well. You know, PackTV does provide coverage of these club events. Luckily, we're all there, you know, supporting our club sports as well. You know, we have varsity, but it's also important to promote the club and intramural teams. I don't know, have you guys participated in any club or intramural activities?
I've actually been to some. They work as hard. You know, they really try to work as, you know, obviously they're not varsity, but they try to, you know, win games, do the same thing, practice as much as the varsity teams do as well. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I know for me, I think it's so important to get involved on campus. You know, NC State always pushes student involvement. And, you know, I've met some of my greatest friends right here at PackTV. So it's all about student involvement. I don't know. And I'm also hungry. So smelling this food on Hillsborough Street, God, I'm so hungry. Yeah, so. We have some guests coming through. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but we definitely have some guests running through. People are awaiting this parade. It's exciting. I think it being the first in many years, you know, people are eager to see what NC State has to offer amongst their club members. So, I don't know. I'm ready for this game. Are you guys going to the game too?
Of course I'm going to the game. Who isn't going to the game?
You know, it's sold out. You know, my aunt and uncle actually came into town this weekend, and they wanted to go to the game. StubHub has tickets about $900, I think was the most expensive, yeah. So this game, you know, sold out very, very quick. I think it's going to be a packed house.
We can't wait till the parade starts. And we're going to go on break in just 1 second.
After a second place finish in the Chesapeake Rugby Conference this season, your NC State Sevens rugby team will host third place Salisbury this Saturday at 1 p.m., playing for the final conference bid to nationals. Despite a 36-21 win over the Sharks at the beginning of the season, head coach Brian Ketchum doesn't want his squad to overlook this matchup.
Well, I mean, those guys they're well coached, they're strong, they're going to be better. So we have to be better too. And we play a slightly different style of game, so we just have to make sure we play our game and are prepared for what they bring to us. We've got solid competition all year. You never know any week going into a game, and hasn't always been the case, you know, in prior years. So it's nice to have the higher level competition, and the teams are well coached, they're well manned, and they know how to play rugby. So you got to be prepared every week.
One of the strengths of the Pack is their back line, and they will certainly be counted on as a difference maker this weekend.
They've got a big guy in the middle of their back line, so it's going to be important that we tackle. And then, I think if we can get the ball in space, that's our opportunity with those guys. I think that's our advantage on most teams is sort of our speed and our back three. So, you know, we hope to exploit what we're good at and stay away from what we're not.
Another key to NC State's postseason run will be team management. A bye last week has helped the Pack recover from some injuries, but Coach Ketchum still wants to be a bit cautious as he sets his team up to make a bid at a national championship.
We're putting a couple guys back in, and since we have them, we have a couple guys that are just a little dinged that we're going to try to not play them, because I don't like to put guys in the hurt anyway and put them at risk. But if we hopefully go on, then we have them available and they're healthier, and it's a short-term gamble for hopefully a long-term win.
A national title in both 7s and 15s last year led to NC State ranking up to the Division I AA classification. Despite the elevation in competition, State has held its own, and as the team sees it, not beating themselves will be paramount in extending their season.
We need to play with discipline, not make mistakes that hurt us. Yellow cards, penalties, turnovers, just silly things. Control our temper, that type of thing. So sometimes it's tough to do in a contact sport when it really matters. And just execute our game plan and don't get sucked into their game plan. Is what we're focusing on. So.
Our son Arjun was 6 weeks old and already had his first intestinal surgery when he was diagnosed with cystic fibrosis. CF is a rare, genetic, life-shortening disease that affects every organ in the body and makes breathing difficult. At age 3.5, Arjun looks completely normal, but on his belly are scars from being in the operating room 9 times, which can be a reminder of our family's daily fight to extend his life. Thanks to the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation, we know we are not in this fight alone. When the foundation was founded in 1955, children with CF rarely lived long enough to attend kindergarten. Today, thanks to the foundation's groundbreaking research, advocacy, and care, some people with CF are attending college, getting married, and starting families. But there is still much work to be done. Until CF stands for Cure Found for all people with CF, including those like my son Arjun, we will not stop. Help us add tomorrows. Visit cff.org today.
At Potbelly, everything you find is a little bit happier, sweeter, fresher, groovier, and yummier. Why? Because at Potbelly, we know it's never enough to just eat lunch. You gotta feed your smile. Swing by for our new turkey club, handcrafted to make you smile.
This university is on a march to achieve our full potential.
We help empower each other to dream big and do big.
That's why I really love our slogan, think and do. When you get these folks from NC State, they don't mind rolling up their sleeves and getting their hands dirty.
Companies want to hire NC State students.
We make something impossible possible.
We've been equipped to go out there and do great things and to change the world.
It's in the DNA of the place. We're here to think and do the extraordinary.
What types of activities have you participated in Red and White Week?
I really liked the pep rally. That was fun last night. Definitely had fun.
What about you?
The lip sync battle yesterday was also really awesome.
What types of songs did you sing?
Oh, there was Beyonce. Okay.
So could you sing one right now?
Oh, right now?
Yeah. Like, can we do it together?
It's a bit cold, my boy.
No? Okay, save it for later. All right.
I'm a sophomore.
Are you going to the game
What?
tomorrow?
I am shooketh.
Yeah. What are you?
Senior.
No way.
No.
No.
I was
Okay,
like, oh my god.
Be a tailgate. Okay.
That's so good you're doing this
Yeah.
early.
So are you going to stay for the whole game?
Whole game or?
Maybe. I've never actually stayed for a whole game.
Really?
Shocking. I
That's
know.
so shocking.
So what do you what do you look forward to at the parade today?
Oh, we're hoping there's like there's the music. I don't know. We're just here for the fun.
Oh yeah. What? See, that's what I'm saying. We need to go back to the music. We got to sing Beyonce just one time. One time.
I want to be myself.
Oh my gosh, that's hard. Oh, you want to put me on the spot. What about? Let's do single ladies.
All the single ladies.
All the single ladies, put your hands up. Wow.
So dry. Y'all gotta get better.
Right. You gotta get better with that.
See, y'all gotta get used to it. Come on now, get out your shell. Come on.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what is your favorite place to eat on Hillsborough Street?
Jasmine. I like
Jasmine's?
Jasmine.
Really?
Yeah, and then I go to Global Village a lot for coffee.
Okay.
I love Jasmine's too.
Yeah. Do you ever come to the homecoming parade with your family or anything, or is it just you guys?
Yeah, I don't come with my family usually.
Yeah, you guys don't either?
This is my first time. We're transfers, so I've never been here before.
Wow, where'd you transfer from?
From my community college,
Okay, so this is like first time thing doing everything. So you have to participate in everything.
I say everything. Yeah. Wait, so you're a freshman?
No, I'm a junior. I just transferred. So.
Okay. So yesterday I saw in Tally, it was something going on outside. Did you guys go to that? It was like a big field and there was music playing. What was going on over there? I went there late.
What is it? They were dancing. I guess the frats and the sororities, and then other than that, what was it? The pep rally. Yeah, the pep rally.
They had the band come out. They had all the cheerleaders.
Oh, yeah.
And, it was. They were doing all the songs. Go Pack. All that.
And we're gonna take it back to hockey.
Your 8-3 Ice Pack have a big weekend ahead with 3 league games in the Stephen Russell Memorial Tournament in Charlotte on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Coming off of the club's first ACCHL League Championship since 2003 and the first ever berth in the ACHA D2 Nationals, Coach Gazzillo and the Pack know there's a target on their back.
We pretty much know that we are a hot problem on everyone's schedule just because of the success we had last year. You know, everybody kind of wants a crack at us. It's just kind of the way it goes. The attitude of the guys in practice has been good. Tim Healy the defensive coach that we have has said that he kind of felt like after this past weekend we got a little of our mojo back. We had a little bit of a tough weekend a couple weeks ago, and we just kind of worked on some things where we felt we needed to improve, and the guys are excited for it, and I'm expecting the guys to come out hard.
This is not the first big weekend for NC State hockey this season. They'll look to draw from their experience in the Liberty Showcase earlier in October.
Yeah, it's going to be a very similar situation. You got three good teams we're going to face, and I think probably the times of the games are roughly close. So, you know, having had that opportunity to play those teams in that setting, I think it's good. Guys know what they need to do to prepare going into the first game, and carrying them through to the last game on Sunday. So I think that Liberty weekend was really good in terms of getting us ready for the rest of the tournament.
Despite a tall task ahead, playing some of the ACCHL's top talent in Virginia, Georgetown, and Virginia Tech this weekend, coaches' expectations are still high.
Who wins? It's that simple. This year, we won all three games. We lost the tournament by a point. It's 6 points that we need. You know, we played Richmond. We played them once. We played Wilmington once. We haven't played Carolina yet, but if we want to get ourselves in that end-of-season tournament, we're really going to need the points from this weekend. So the guys know what's at stake. It's not only has national ranking implications, it has the end-of-season tournament implications as well. So the guys are excited for it, and I'm expecting the guys to come out hard, and they know what it's like to play 3 games in a row. So I know that mentally and physically they're going to be ready for it.
This university is on a march to achieve our full potential.
We help empower each other to dream big and do big.
That's why I really love our slogan, Think and Do. When you get these folks from NC State, they don't mind rolling up their sleeves and getting their hands dirty.
Companies want to hire NC State students.
We make something impossible possible.
We've been equipped to go out there and do great things and to change the world.
It's in the DNA of the place. We're here to think and do the extraordinary. This university is on a march to achieve our full potential.
We help empower each other to dream big and do big.
And welcome back to the 2019 Homecoming Parade live look on Hillsborough Street as the pipes and drums are the first event here. And as you can see, they are rocking those
new plaid skirts.
Yes, those plaid skirts. I feel Christmas vibes from these skirts.
That's supposed to be our newest.
And next up, we've got the parade of flags. We've got a bunch of different country flags. We've got what looks to be some children, some students waving those. It's really great to see all of the different flags that they've got to display.
It shows NC State and how much diversity and culture that they bring to this campus. What a beautiful picture here. Next up is, I don't know if I can see from here. Oh, yep, here it is. The NC State Office of Parent and Family Services. They recognize parents as allies of students and university. They nurture relationships between students and parents. Oh, look at the back. They have some people in the back. You'll be able to see it in a second. They kind of have fall vibes out here. Oh, they're handing out candy to, yeah, some Halloween vibes here. That's awesome.
And next up, we've got the competitive clogging team. So as you say, as a competitive clogging team founded in 1989, an award-winning competitive clogging team, the team performs multiple styles, including contemporary and traditional, all over North Carolina and the East Coast.
And next up is the College of Education, the #1 teaching alumni on statewide performance measures in North Carolina, #1 producer of STEM educators in North Carolina, the #1 in education research funding in North Carolina.
And coming up now, we have Sigma Alpha. Chartered at NC State in 1998, the National Sorority was founded in 1978 at Ohio State University. Sigma Alpha is NC State's professional agriculture sorority.
And next up here, we have Wolfpack Motorsports, a student-run organization at North Carolina State University in Raleigh, North Carolina. They design, build, and compete with 2 different forms of race cars in annual collegiate competition sponsored by the Society of Automotive Engineers.
And here is Dave and Bill's Big Red Beast tailgate. They've got a little short bus that they tailgate from.
And here we have the standard, a guy right on top of the car, riding in style. I love it.
And that car there is Vital Link Private School.
Let's see. And next up here we have, Vital Link truck. Oh, look at those wonderful faces on the back of that truck. Beautiful. All part of Vital Link right here. Oh, those cute little children, all warm in their attire. Nice sign there too. And next up is Krispy Kreme. Krispy Kreme challenge. I have not done it, but I know other people who have.
And next up, we've got Live It Up Hillsborough Street, otherwise known as Hillsborough Street Community Service Corporation. It's an independent, nonprofit municipal service district created by a partnership between City of Raleigh, NC State University, and the property owners, businesses, and residents on Hillsborough Street.
And next up is the ARAP Student Organization at NCSU. The ARAP Student Organization doubles as an affinity group for ARAPs and an educational resource for the general student body at North Carolina State University regarding ARAP culture.
And here we have the Big Bad Wolf. They've got a party going on that.
Oh yeah, they have a party going on.
Nice tunes.
Oh man. Next up we have the Wiley School Band. I love it. You can hear their trumpets way back on Hillsborough Street. Great group of students here. Great school. Family event. Just look at all those smiling faces. What a great opportunity. I wish I would have played an instrument when I was younger.
It's a lot of work, but it's very fulfilling.
Yeah. Would have been
All right. And rolling up now is Farmhouse. Chartered at NC State in 1954 and nationally in 1905, its motto is Builder of Men. They accept members of all studies, but this fraternity has its roots in agricultural studies. The letters in Farmhouse stand for faith, ambition, reverence, morality, honesty, obedience, unity, service, and excellence.
Oh yeah. Oh, look at the Wolfpack beating up the Clemson Tiger. I love that.
Very creative.
Next up, we have Kappa Delta. This was their open motto. Let us strive for that which is honorable, beautiful, and wise. The ladies of Kappa Delta host some notable annual events, the Shamrock and Score, and the Pig and Pie Barbecue and Pie Competition to help raise money for their year.
And here we have Phi Delta Gamma, referred to as Fiji. NC State's New Sigma chapter received its charter in 2002 and promotes friendship, knowledge, service, morality, and excellence.
And next up is Phi Delta Theta, also known as Phi Delta, founded in Miami. At Miami University in 1848, Phi Delta has won the Caldwell Cup, presented in the best IFC fraternity at NC State each year, which is 14 times.
Here we have Student Wolfpack Club. Founded in 1991, the Student Wolfpack Club is the largest student organization on campus. This club is for students who want to be more than the casual fan. The club's goal is to organize, support, and help promote all varsity Wolfpack athletic programs.
And next up, we have Sigma Nu Beta Tau chapter at NC State was chartered in 1895. Their mission to develop ethical leaders inspired by the principles of love, honor, and truth, to foster the personal growth of each man's mind, heart, and character, to perpetuate lifelong friendships and commitments to the fraternity.
Next up, we have Sigma Phi Epsilon, founded in 1905 with 110 plus members. The NC State Beta chapter of Sig Ep is one of the biggest fraternities on the campus of NC State. Sigma Phi Epsilon looks to instill the principles of virtue, diligence, and brotherly love in its members.
And their president is John Saavedra. We have a little back up. We have a little backup here, but we're starting to move. You can hear some alarms going on. Next up, we have the Chi Omega fraternity, or sorority, or fraternity. No, sorority. The Alpha Kappa chapter of Chi Omega was established in NC State in 1984, founded nationally in 1895. Chi O has contributed over $100,000 in their philanthropy, the Make-A-Wish Foundation, through events with their semi-annual pancake run, parents' weekend silent auction, 5K walk for wishes, and Make-A-Wish ball. Their president, Sierra Cooper, vice president, Carly Murphy, and secretaries, Taylor Halloran and Maddie Day.
And here we have Alpha Gamma Rho. Alpha Gamma Rho is a social professional agricultural fraternity located at North Carolina State University. Founded March 15th, new chapter strives to make better men through broader and better agriculture. And the organization was founded as an organization strictly for undergrad students, but is not agriculturally exclusive. Now we have Sigma Alpha Omega.
Okay, and next up, Alpha Delta Pi, the Zeta Beta chapter, came to NC State's campus in 1971. ADPI volunteers with their philanthropy, the Ronald McDonald House of Durham, providing dinners and putting on craft nights for the families staying there. They also use their annual Ram roast, hotcakes for kids, and March Madness to help fundraise for the Ronald McDonald House.
And here we have Phi Kappa Tau. The Chi chapter of Phi Kappa Tau came out of Normandy and recolonized NC State in December of 2017. The vision of the club is to be recognized as a leadership organization that binds men together and challenges them to improve their campuses and the world.
All right, and next we have the Think and Do the Extraordinary, the campaign for NC State. And now we see Mr. and Mrs. Wolf pulling up in some swagger here. Check out that ride.
That is low down.
That's a nice ride right there. Next up, the chair and chair-elect from NC State Staff Senate. Next up, the student body president and vice president, Nicole Taug. Next up is the president and vice president of the Alumni Student Ambassador Program at NC State.
And here we have NC State Alumni Ambassador, Vice President Julia Kohler.
Coming up next, we have the Leader of the Pack finalist, riding in style right on top of a fire truck. It can't get any better than that.
And right behind them, we have NC State Cheer. NC State Cheer has won 2 national championships, 2018 NCAA and NBA Collegiate Cheer and Dance Championship. In small co-ed Division 1A and in game day Division 1A, they are the 7-time national champions.
And next up, we have the all-girls cheerleading created in January of 2002 to compete locally and nationally in Daytona Beach, Florida at NCA, involved in countless events and community service projects throughout the year. Up, I hear the bands and our fight song.
All the way down the street.
Oh yeah. As I think we see the NC State dance team, also known as the Howlin' Honeys. They competed with NC State cheerleading in the game day division 1A that won the national championship in 2018. Check out those uniforms. Oh yes, one of those ladies actually will be throwing up the fire. You know, she throws up the fire during the game and everyone goes crazy.
It's always a nerve-wracking moment because you don't know if she's going to catch it or not.
That's what I'm saying. I love those uniforms. I know they're cold, but they're so used to it. They're out here busting their behinds, putting in countless hours of work. What an awesome experience.
As you can hear NC State's fight song, here is the NC State Band. Known as the Power Sound of the South, they hold Band Day during football season where high school students come and perform at halftime with the Power Sound of the South. The NC State Band competed with the NC State cheerleading and dance team and the Game Day Division 1A that won the national championship in 2018.
Wow, what a success. We have a very talented band. I know during halftime of maybe a couple games ago at home, they did that recognition to the NC State Space Apollo, I think.
Oh,
thing
yes,
they had
I
going
remember
on.
that.
Yes,
Right.
And I thought that was very cool. I can't imagine how they know where to be every time.
It's a lot of hard work, and I'm really impressed with the way they travel. You know, they went all the way up to West Virginia in 3 boats, had some bus troubles on the way back, but you know, they made it out there, and it's really important for the football team.
If our fight song doesn't get you hype, I don't know what will. Those are some killer dance moves. And they have to hold an instrument on top of that and know their proper placement. I don't think it gets better than that. Now we do have a score update for the women's lacrosse. NC State up 6-0 against UNC after the first half. Hockey is currently in the lead. NC State 6, Virginia 5 in the third period. That seems to be wrapping up.
He knows 4-1-4.
We all need a BJ in our life.
Put my phone up.
And welcome back to our live broadcast of the 2019 Homecoming Parade. It's been a successful parade. As you can see, that was the ending with our great marching band here. I am Jasmine McCoy, co-host side Jalen, and reporters Ashley and Alicia Bell. We thank you guys for tuning in. We'll catch you next time as we bring you into the pack.